Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. That's where we all take the same sketch or layout for our inspiration. And also, today is the announcement of the winner. So hop over to Krista's channel, the link is below, and find out who the winner is for the $50 gift certificate. But watch my video first. But yeah, um, this is the layout we're going to be using, and it is just gorgeous. I can't say that enough. It is gorgeous. And here I go right off the bat messing up. I forgot to show you all the layout that we were scrap lifting today. And it is a layout, and it's up there in the left-hand corner. Thank goodness I remembered to put it up there. But it is a gorgeous layout. It's by Tana, T-A-N-A, for the Lindy's gang. And it is just beautiful. I mean, there isn't anything else you can say about it. I'm sure it's not to go in a scrapbook page, but in one of those picture frames because it is so dimensional. Mine's not going to be quite as dimensional. I do plan on putting it in a scrapbook page. That layout is so dimensional, I first thought it was a digital layout. Yeah, because it's that gorgeous. But it's not, because she wouldn't have done it for Lindy's if it was. But it has the little boards behind the picture. And I thought about using them, and then I decided I was going to use bricks instead. So I pulled out this Crafter's Workshop stencil. And see those Vicky Booten stencils laying there? I'm not going to use any of them. I planned on it. I planned on using the honeycomb one and have layers of stenciling on here. But I forgot about it laying over there, and it did not happen. I'm using this stencil, and I can't remember where I got it. It was on the internet. That's all I can say. But I wanted some vines to hang because there would be times I would be doing a layout, and well, there was a certain layout I wanted to do and still want to do using it, but it's going to be one that goes in a frame. It's going to be dimensional. But I wanted the stencil to put some vines in it, and I just never got around to doing it because I have a canvas to put it on. I actually have a canvas. Here I'm inking this to use that maple leaf from Sizzix, and there it is already cut out. And I've had that a very long time. I have a maple and an oak leaf. And I inked it so it looked like it was turning colors. And see the original, it's got one big gigantic accent piece. And so I thought, what do I have that can be a big gigantic accent piece? And I was thinking several things, and the only thing I could think of at first was an ampersand, and and I can't talk, an alpha, like for somebody's initial. And then I remembered these leaves, and I thought, well, they stand out because they're pretty big. And I have used them on layouts before, but it hasn't been very often. And I planned on getting 3. I had 2 and planned on getting a 3. But then I decided it was hard getting those 2 on the page. And they were so big. I didn't realize how big they were when I ordered them. And, I'm inking the picture. I put it on a light color. It's a scrap that I've had. This is the 3rd layout I've used this piece with. It was a 12 by 12 to start with, though. And I've just got it laying there, and I thought, well, it's really, really old. But it is heavier. It's not the real thin stuff. And it don't really go with anything. And I thought, I can use it on these layers. And instead of using the white background, I decided to use the vanilla since it is an autumn layout. And I put my stencil down, and I got new molding paste. It does say molding on there. And it's thinner. I did not realize it would be thinner than what I was used to. And it took longer to dry. And it said it's flexible. So, yeah, I don't know if that's what made it take longer to dry, or because the other stuff was so old that it was kind of stiff to start with. But I tried to use it, and it was so stiff I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't get it to go down in the stencil. It was like a glob when I pulled it out. But I am coloring them, and I'm using different colors, the same colors I used on my leaf. And I'm just using that little fine point brush. And I'm not really doing a very good job. I'm just putting the colors on there. And then when I put the last color, which I think it's the green, I think the green was the last color, um, I thought I better make a shape of a leaf because it's kind of hard to tell. Like I said, this was thin, so it didn't go on as thick as I'm used to. I'm not sure I'm going to like this very well. And it come out underneath the stencil also, and I had to clean it up. But I did cut that out so y'all wouldn't have to watch me with my little Tim Holtz piercer trying to get it all off there. But I did treat the paper with gesso, so it's staying on there. That's why when I was doing that leaf earlier, I took a baby wipe and wiped the center because I really need some yellow in the center, and I forgot to put it there. So I took the baby wipe and just wiped it off. And that's why I got the bone folder, because it being on gesso, it was coming off on my hands way too easy. And it comes off easy enough as it is. I didn't need any more help with it. And here I'm going to add sprinkles to these. I thought about adding them at the end, but I thought, well, I want them in more places. And there is several colors instead of just one color. So I went ahead and added it to the page as I went. And then it hit me, I haven't added it to these. I really needed to have added it at the end. What was I thinking? So I had to pull these out and put some on them. And I'm going to also pull out some bubble wrap and use it. It's basically the same thing as the packaging, only my packaging is going to be bubble wrap. And I'm just putting a little bit on there. And this is chalk paint. And so it dries with a different texture and look than the regular paint does. Most of the regular paints have kind of a sparkle or a glitter to them. Not all of them. I think half of mine don't have, because I purposely bought them that way. But this one's a chalk one, and I don't use it near enough. I like the looks it gives to a page. But the funny thing is, using the bubble wrap, which I didn't know before I used it, it makes it look like mold on that leaf. And you have, probably if you walked in the woods like I have out here, one thing about my allergies, they get worse, especially in the fall when the leaves fall down and it's been raining and stuff, because the mold's higher out there and I go outside between it and ragweed. But yeah, I've seen mold on leaves, and that's what it reminded me of. But I thought I liked the color, and it seems like a texture added to it. So I do like it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it and probably use it again. Mold or no mold. Maybe somebody will look at this and not know that it looks like mold to me. I decided to add a tag up there in that little empty spot above my niece's head. Oh, and this is my niece, Jessica, and she got her hair cut. And she put this picture on Facebook, and she did put a filter on it. And it's got the sun like it's setting in the back, but then it's got clouds that go across her face. Yeah, that part I don't like. I like the sun setting in the back, but I wish the clouds wasn't going across her face. But I still like the picture, and I think her haircut's really cute. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and scrap that. And I added twine, and I did what Becky Bidding calls the loop-de-loop, and went around through the hole instead of having it all hanging out, just to give it a different look. And I put foam tape on the bottom of my leaf there. My picture does not have foam tape on it, but I figured, it's got 3 layers. I could probably go ahead and do it this way and tuck see the acorns underneath it, and it'll be all right. So half of it's got foam tape and half of it's just got odds and ends underneath it. And let's see, where am I at now? Oh, I am just putting these through here, and I was thinking I want to use some of the stickers. So I definitely wanted the word beautiful, so it's going to go on there. And then also I'm going to have autumn as my title, because they had their title in the upper left-hand side of their little cluster. So I have my title in the same place. they had hello and then something about I love sunny days as a subtitle, it looked like. But I'm going to have autumn and then crisp leaves as a subtitle. And um, yeah, let's see. Oh, here I'm going to add the title, and that's where the crisp leaves come in. But the beautiful's down there at the bottom. And I'm just tucking the crisp leaves underneath the autumn because I wanted it to kind of shadow it a little bit and to give the layout just a little more dimension with that shadow. And in the original, it's got little seashells and leaves, those kind of skeleton looking leaves, and oh, just all kinds of stuff. Sand, I can't remember what all. And this picture is way too little for me to tell. And then it also has dimension from the molding paste, the modeling paste or molding paste, whichever one she used on her layout. And so I thought I need to add all these little odds and ends. Well, I thought with my acorns, what am I going to use? And of course, I pulled out my Martha Stewart punch because it adds something little and it adds a lot of texture, and I just really like it. I don't know what I'm going to do if it ever breaks because I don't even think you can get it anymore. I'm sure they have some other ones that are similar I could get. I'm kind of thinking Tim Holtz has a die. I do have a die though. I have a Tim Holtz die and it's called Pine Cone, Rustic Pine Cone, and it has a branch there, which I used it before I ever got the punch because I had it much longer. Oh, I decided even though the original layout didn't have a little cluster up in the left-hand corner, I was going to. And the reason I decided I was going to, my cluster is bigger than hers. I mean, look at it. Her picture is little, and my picture, even though I cut it down, is bigger. Well, I'm thinking my picture is probably about the same size as her whole cluster. And then, of course, I added that big leaf, because she had a big embellishment on hers. And I think I started down a little bit lower than I probably should have. If I'd gone up an inch, considering how big mine is, it probably would have worked out better. But I kept looking up there thinking it needed something and decided, yeah, I am going to put something up there. When I was doing a layout the other day, it just really bugged me because I cut half of this jar out that I put over there on the right. So I am so glad that I got to use it on a layout as is. And it looks like a whole jar is laying there anyway. And here I wanted to get, now this is silly. I wanted to get the wood grain and decided I didn't have enough of the wood grain to get. So I thought, well, I will cut the polka dot and put the polka dot there. Well, when I was putting glue on there, I noticed the wood grain was on the back, and I did have enough. So because I stretched it and put that gap in there. So yeah, I could have used the wood grain, which I liked. But the polka dot looks good. It's reflecting the colors that's on the matting and in a couple of the stickers. But oh, that's it. I am done with my layout. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you look down there below, you will see all the other gals that's working with the same layout this week. And we have a new Facebook group, Mixed Media Frenzy. So hop on over there and join our group and show us your mixed media. We'd love to see it. And you could go ahead and use the same layout and do a scrap lift of it too and post it so we can see it. But thank you all so much for watching. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful comments you leave. Makes my day. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.